Neuralink is back. Founded 3 years ago in July of 2016, Neuralink has been the subject of whispers and rumors ever since. The company was founded by Elon Musk, among others, with the goal of developing implantable brain-machine interfaces. In the short term, they were interested in developing devices that could treat chronic illnesses. In fact, they published a paper on bioRxiv a couple months ago that proposed a robotic sewing machine that could implant electrodes into our brain with minimal damage. Neuralink's long-term goals seem to focus more on human enhancement. Specifically, they're interested in developing an implantable brain-machine interface that will augment human abilities using artificial intelligence. Musk, in several interviews, has expressed that without such an implant, he's concerned that artificial intelligence will present an existential threat to the future of the human race. He initially was interested in doing this through a neural lace, which could be injected through a blood vessel into the brain and would sit atop your brain, connecting you to nearby hardware or gadgets like your phone or your computer. However, their work has been kept under lock and key. That is until about an hour ago when they started their first press conference. Now, I'm going to make a quick disclaimer. I did not watch the entire press conference. They had some technical difficulties that resulted in all of the interviews that they did with newspapers being released from their embargoes before the live stream started. So everything that's in the live stream, as far as I can tell, is also in these papers. And I've included all of my references in the description box. So there were three main announcements from the press conference. First, Neuralink revealed flexible electrode threads that have the ability to both reduce brain damage when implanted in your brain and also might be able to record more information. In fact, they believe that these threads could hold 3,072 electrodes each, with 96 threads implanted in the brain. The threads measure in at 4 to 6 micrometers, which is smaller than a human hair, and they claim to have been able to record 1,500 neurons simultaneously, which blows past a lot of existing records in neuroscience. But how are they going to get into our brains? Well, this actually goes back to that bioRxiv paper that they published a couple months ago. Neuralink has developed a robotic sewing machine that can thread those electrodes into our brains. The machine can insert 6 threads per minute and avoids blood vessels in order to minimize inflammatory reaction from your brain. They're hoping to use lasers in the future so that they don't have to drill into your brain, but they're not quite there yet. So we have brain electrodes and something to get them into our heads, but what about getting that data out? Well, Neuralink has developed a custom chip that can read, clean, and amplify brain signals. This part was actually not very heavily covered by the media. I'm not sure if it will be covered more in the live stream, but it seems like it's something that they're still kind of working on. It requires USB-C, so I guess Apple was right after all, but they're working on developing a wireless system. So are we going to be plugging our brains into our laptops next week? Probably not. Neuralink is currently working with rats, not humans, and as far as I can tell, none of their work has been validated by external researchers, either through peer review, so that bioRxiv paper was just something that they put up on the internet, or by having other people just replicate their experiments. The company is interested in seeking FDA approval to run a small clinical trial in the next year or so, eventually implanting these electrodes into paralyzed people to see if they can connect them to their phones or computers so that they can use them. Having said that, Musk's other companies aren't necessarily known for adhering to their timelines. In fact, Musk himself said that this would be a slow process that we'd be able to see coming from far away. So I would not hold my breath until July 17th, 2020. Also, if you're looking for a job, Neuralink is hiring.
So if you want to get a sense for what it's like to work at Neuralink, that video is indicative of the atmosphere of Neuralink. It's an incredibly talented team, and you're going to hear a lot from them tonight. So we're going to actually go quite into depth on what we're doing, why we're doing, how we're doing it. And I'm just incredibly impressed with the caliber of talent at Neuralink. And in fact, the main reason for doing this presentation is recruiting. So we really want to have the best talent in the world come and work at Neuralink. Anyone that's interested in trying to solve this problem, and that's actually the primary purpose for this presentation.
If you like this surprise hopefully 1 a.m. video, then you can let me know by smashing that like button and subscribing to my channel. You can also support me on Patreon. Thank you to all of my current patrons. Otherwise, you can send in questions for the Q&A that is going to be on Sunday. It's the 1-year anniversary of my channel, and I want to know all of your questions for me. You can find me on the various social medias, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.